Who's playing this song? Who is this?
This would be the royalty-free music all-stars.
Oh, the all-stars. I thought it was the royalty-free players.
It could. The players actually have some other tracks by the players, and but no, this is. I have no idea. This would be the fine people at Digital Juice.
Digital Juice. Ask for them by name when you need digital and you need juice.
You need assets. You know.
So welcome to the Friday night. Holy crap! It's almost the end of February already.
February 19th, 2021.
February 19th, 2021, in the year of some lords, depending on how you keep your calculator or your calendar. But we have lots of fun tonight. I know we've got games. I know you've got some new gadgets we can play with.
Games. I got news. I got a whack tracks.
We're going to talk about one-hit wonders.
We're going to talk a little bit about the Oneaters.
The Oneaters.
Maybe we'll listen to some Kajagoogoo.
Kajagoogoo.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about some music tonight. And tonight's games, I mean, are super accessible to anybody. Non-entertainment related games tonight. So you do not have to be a master of who won awards or who's alive or dead or who's 6 feet tall versus worth $4 million. This is going to be trivia that anybody can play. And so we want to get some players in tonight. And if we get enough players in, we might even form some teams.
Oh, teams. I like teams.
You know, so yeah. So I think that's all I had to say before we started things up.
Well, let's start the thing.
Keep thinking maybe we're gonna have to add words to that sometime. It's the EriDan social hour.
Dan's feeding his face while the show's opening is happening.
It's a good thing that we have a long opening, so you get a chance to consume a beverage.
2 pieces of sushi.
I get a chance to hide my surgical scars from the world.
How is the neck doing, by the way?
The neck is still attached. Breathing and eating seems to be happening through that. It's a little sore at times, but you know, every day is a little better. You know, people who, if you missed last week, I had some surgery done in the throat hole area, and yeah, things seem to be progressing.
But it wasn't the throat; they went all the way to your spine, your neck.
That was an access point.
That's crazy that they have to go through that way. I think they went the long way.
You would think they went the long way, but I think it was the road less traveled. No, I think it was the path of least resistance. Is that what they say? Maybe that is what they say. So welcome, everybody. It's the EriDan Social Hour. If you head over to EriDan.com or EriDan Live still, either one, it'll take you right into our green room where there will be some refreshments, some magazines for you to enjoy until we bring you live.
No brown M&Ms.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on tonight. And I've talked to a couple of people who I believe will be joining us. But while we wait to see if somebody's going to join, you know, and also while people are at home trying to think of some of their favorite one-hit wonders that I want to talk about, I have some strange news. Shall we?
Already? Sure.
Just jump into these while we wait for people to join us.
Strange news, baby, strange news. Strange news, baby, strange news. Strange news, baby. Yes, it is now time for some strange news.
Okay, I'm noticing that the fine folks at StreamYard, unfortunately, their video interface is much slower to respond when you click on something to start. I don't know if you've noticed that lately.
Yeah.
So this is coming from the weird news from the Huffington Post. I was going to be a mashed potato, Florida boy recounts in garbage truck horror. So we've got a Florida boy's attempt to hide in a trash can almost turned tragic when it picked up by a garbage truck and nearly sent into the chopper as the blades turned on. I was thinking this might be the end for me, seven-year-old Elias Qdoba told HFLA, the NBCA affiliate in Tampa, I almost thought I was going to be a mashed potato, but then a sharp-eyed driver named Waldo Fidel spotted the boy in the truck surveillance camera and rushed to turn the choppers off. It was a bad day for me, said Fidel. I was scared. Luckily, he was able to act in time, call 911 for help, and everybody was cool. Yeah, kid hiding in a garbage can.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that?
I wouldn't call that strange news. That's kind of crazy news.
Weird. I didn't say it was weird news. Isn't that weird? No,
I love how the kid was like, I thought this was the end for me. I'm like, what 7-year-old talks that way?
I thought I was a goner. This is the big one.
Yeah, see, I thought this was the end. Yeah, see,
it happens. You see what happens. So, we have somebody ready to visit. Are we ready? All right, this is brand new.
Oh yes,
brand new for one of our super regulars.
Oh, we have super regular.
To Michael.
All clear, Michael. It's safe to proceed.
Wow. Wow, that was quick and easy.
That's my middle name, Quick and Easy.
Hey now.
Hey, how are you, sir?
I am fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Why are you always surprised when I come to visit?
I don't know.
We do that with everybody.
Excitement. It's not a surprise. It's just my excitement about it.
We're always excited that anybody would think to join us.
Well, it is true. It is.
We used to do this show in high school in Eric's bedroom. I mean, he had a whole setup.
And an array of stuffed animals that joined us.
Like from 8th grade on, it was.
Yeah.
Now we can actually, if this existed back then, holy crap, things would have been different.
You didn't find. Oh wait, I think we've got somebody else joining in. All right. So before I get to another story, we've got yet another visitor tonight. Can you guess who it's going to be? As we say hello to Dave.
I'm sorry, Dave. This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
Hello, Dave.
Hey, Dave, how are you?
Movie.
Oh, what a great intro.
Dave sold all of his board games, and the bank came and took them all away.
That's better than a Cheech and Chong album going, Dave's not here.
So
I am visiting a family member, so I am on the road.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So you didn't lose all of your board games.
No. I came home and this is what it was.
I was wrong.
And I didn't.
That's terrible. All right, I've got here's a stranger story for you, Dan. It wasn't strange enough for you. North Carolina firefighters dispatched a restaurant discovered isn't on fire, just making 10,000 wings. Where there's smoke, there might not always be fire.
I assume they were smoked wings?
You would think so. They were probably hot at least. Firefighters reporting to a call to a restaurant on Saturday discovered that the smoke reported by a passerby was not the result of a fire, but rather 10,000 chicken wings. The eatery staff was preparing for Super Bowl orders the next day. Workers at Ronnie Pinctures in North Carolina told Fox 8 in Greensboro that the motorist called the fire department after seeing the plume of smoke coming from the restaurant. And here are the pictures.
Oh, I would have called that as a fire.
I think those are some seriously hot wings, right? And obviously nobody was hurt. They did not douse the wings.
The wings were too hot for them.
Wings were safe. While it looks bad when we got there, it turns out the hardwood staffing was just preparing roughly 10,000 wings. And there's that smoke that Ronnie's.
And they're getting ready for Super Bowl Sunday, of course.
I posted a weird news story link on Facebook.
Ooh. Dan, can you click that one?
I can't. Can you post it in the private chat here? And
I'd be happy to.
I think I can click on it that way. Maybe not. We'll find out. Yes, I can.
There you go. That's more clickable. Yeah, I could not click on that one either.
It is a local strange news.
Ooh. Man loses all his board games.
Wait, it says because you're viewing this site from a location address that appears to be covered by the California Consumer Privacy Act, many of the features of Trib Live, like videos and social media elements, are disabled.
Oh no!
I mean, come on. Why? Come on, Trib Live.
All you need is the picture.
All right,
I'm seeing if I can bring it up on my end. Oh, I got it. Hold on. Oh, wait. Up, almost there. There it is.
Yeah.
SUV stuck on the North Park Lake after driver attempts to cross the frozen surface. Oh my God.
Wow.
Could there
He
be
thought it was cool
more
long enough and it was
Western
frozen enough, you know.
But
Did he
what-
not watch the TV show Fringe?
Dear Darwin Awards.
He survived.
23 years
Old enough to stay in the car and wait for people to come and rescue it. Last I saw was the day it happened. There were 2 different tow trucks on the bank for hours trying to figure out how are we going to get this thing out of there.
Seriously,
Let's take a tow truck out there.
23-year-old man attempted to drive across the frozen lake, frozen lake on Wednesday night. He mistook the lake for a parking lot.
That's what this
sure.
story tells. Other stories said now he was trying to drive on the lake.
Oh, and here's the actual video of it being towed out.
Oh, there they go.
We are farmers. Dum, 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 dum,
We've
dum.
seen it.
See,
We cover it because we've seen it.
just in case you think that kind of stuff only happens in Beaver County, Allegheny County has its share too.
It's true. Or Florida.
Well, they don't have the ice. So right when you said that, you said you'll see. Just look at the picture. And so this is the first picture that came up.
Ah,
And I'm like, wait a minute, what did this guy do?
I think he's auditioning for Vincent D'Onofrio's role in Daredevil.
it could be.
So this is an Upper St. Clair church. I thought it said whore, whose administrator stole more than $1 million from it, is suing the insurance company for breach of contract. So the company paid them $250, but won't pay the other $250 that he stole. Their limit's $250. Well, how can if your limit's $250, then that's all you get. And if you're a church and you hire a guy that looks like that,
Well, that you know, I'm sure when you're applying for the job, that's not the face you make.
Yes,
Wait a minute,
I would
Eric, if you
love
shave
to
your
work for
beard
your
off-
church, yes, hire
Wait a
me.
second.
Yes, I would do a wonderful job.
I think it's Eric.
I am a great church administrator.
Throw me a freaking bone, Jesus.
Nice.
I can work at a church.
Are there lasers? I hope there are lasers.
Oh, they're angry, Dr.
Well, freaking lasers.
So I just want to throw a couple things out. We Eric brought up one-hit wonders
I did.
last week that we were talking about a little bit. We do have a couple of games that are amazing.
Mhm.
New scoring things, I believe, we're going to test out. Yes.
Not scoring, but there's some new aspects to the game that we're gonna attempt if everybody has the hardware necessary.
And I know that I promised I wouldn't, but I actually came up with another game today that you may want to
Awesome. Well, that certainly not.
try. The rules are the same as Dead or Alive, so we already we know it'll work.
Nice. Well, and based on like one of the games I have, you might be able to utilize that for your game. So yeah.
And
So-
My
also,
favorite game, real person or fictional figure?
well, I also want to throw out that when I lived in New Orleans and I had my show on Fastband Global Cast, changing the world one song at a time, broadcasting live from Bourbon
You're
Street.
You're the one that changed
We
the
started
world.
changing the blankety blank one song, changing the world one song at a time. So the guy that came on after me was a very funny guy named Jeff Tillman, but his real name's Tim, but we went by Tillman on the air, which I thought was very close. And then we shared a producer, Shelley. She produced my show from 2 to 6 a.m. and then his show from 6 to 10 a.m. And he's the one, by the way, who gave up his time slot to let me interview Debbie Gibson, which was cool. But in the overflow, we used to do the birthday game.
Right. Yeah,
You had his birthday the other day, and I said on Facebook, "Hey, you and Jeff should come on the show, and we should play the birthday game for your birthday." So I don't know if they will.
that would be
But
fun.
that birthday game, even though we have an opening for it, is totally different than this birthday game.
Well, yeah, but we can. Yeah, that would be super fun.
We could still use the opening.
We've got so much we can do.
We have
There's
so much.
entertainment to happen tonight. And our next guest is here. Denise on her 4th visit.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi,
so
Denise.
close.
Hi.
So close.
Close.
Can't wait.
It is pretty exciting. It is pretty exciting. How are you, Denise?
Doing well. How are you all tonight?
Good.
Fabulous. Yes, John says you need some wall decor, not Mike.
Yeah, this Courage place has been occupied by my family member for a week now, so it's still in the process of unpacking and all.
It's minimalistic.
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do that, Dave.
I thought you'd appreciate that one. I thought that was pretty. That felt like on brand. So, one-hit wonders. I had brought this up as a potential topic for tonight. Is groups that only had one song that hit the Billboard 100. And I know that there are a variety of, Dan likes to talk a lot about the Mandela effect of people where you remember a group as maybe only having one song that was a big hit, but then if you actually look into it, it turns out, well, all right, they did have a follow-up hit that did okay.
Yeah, they had one that made 75 2 years later, and
right.
I would consider a one-hit wonder a top 40 hit, because Donnie Iris had like 3 songs in the top 100, but most people just say he was Aaliyah was his most famous song.
Well, it depends if you count the rapper when he was with the Jaggers.
That's true.
I would go even tighter than that. I'd go top 20.
Oh wow! Well, then you're gonna take out a lot of artists that way.
Number one has to be number one.
Yeah, only top one. How many?
The writers at Rolling Stone classify one-hit wonders as people who have only had one song in the top 100. That's their parameters behind a one-hit wonder, which to me makes sense. I think as time goes on, it's easy, to discount a group, but if you do something like that, you could have some pretty famous artists that would be no-hit wonders if you limit it to the top 40. Because especially when you're talking about the pop charts.
I wonder how many people have never had a top 40 hit that are very well known. That'd be a good one, or a top 20 hit that like you could say Kiss. I don't know that other than Beth, I don't think they've had another top 20 hit.
Well, Rock and Roll All Night.
I don't know.
Well, you'd have to
look that up.
You would definitely, and Billboard does have a numerous amount of charts. They have the adult contemporary charts and the country charts, and so they in particular reference the Hot 100, which is radio play, the top selling. And I was just curious if anybody has a favorite a song by a one-hit wonder. Is there a song by an artist that Little Joe?
It's from the Lou Reed song "Take a Walk on the Wild Side."
Little Joe
never once gave it away.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had to pay and pay. Mm-hmm. Take a walk on the wild side.
So is that
one interesting bit of trivia about that song? The unusual bass line that goes it goes up and down at the same time. These sort of ascending, descending. The studio musician who did that partially did it that way because now he's on 2 tracks and he got double pay for scale for that.
Wow.
Interesting.
That is very interesting.
I mean, I would say there are a lot, but the one that pops into my head all the time, and it's always a mistaken one, is 8675309.
Ah, Jenny,
I got your number. A lot of people always think that's a Rick Springfield song, but it's Tommy Two-Tone.
It's Tommy Two-Tone.
And I don't believe he ever had another song.
I believe you're right about that.
How about Disco Duck?
Rick Dees!
Disco.
That's one of your favorites?
No, actually.
Not to make you a new intro.
The Divinyls, I Touch Myself, is a great song, and I don't know that they ever had any other big hits.
I don't think they had one that crossed over that big.
How about Funky Town?
Lips Inc.
Lips Inc. had a few others, though. I think they had a couple others that cracked the charts.
Shouldn't Milli Vanilli's name have been Lips Inc.?
There.
Lip sync. Get it? Get it?
Good. Yeah.
How come we don't have a rim shot sound effect for that shit?
Oh, we do. How about that? Happy?
Oh.
Thank you.
Sinead O'Connor is considered a one-hit wonder.
Really?
Twisted Sister. I mean, Nothing Compares to You was her hit.
I don't particularly like the song, but I would assume Come On Eileen was Dexy's Midnight Runners only
These
huge hit.
Midnight Runners, absolutely.
Wait. Twisted Sister had We're Not Gonna Take It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not a
that was
one-hit
it.
wonder.
But no, I don't believe. Well, okay, okay, you're right, actually, because I Want to Rock did reach number 68. So again, depending on your definition,
I wanna rock.
which is
How about Joan Jett? Although Bad Reputation did pretty
oh
good.
yeah, Bad Reputation. Joan Jett has, don't do you want to touch?
Yeah.
Right of Day.
What about Biz Marquee? You say she's just a friend.
Good one.
Oh, baby, you.
How about Soft Cell with Tainted Love?
I think you might be right about that one. That one I'm not sure about. According to the list I'm looking at now of just some of the most famous one is Jimi Hendrix. All Along the Watchtower is the only song that he had that charted.
Which he didn't write.
Right. Grateful Dead as well.
What, Touch of Grey?
Touch of Grey.
Right? Yeah.
All right. Can you consider Grateful Dead a one-hit wonder?
Well, by this definition,
They were never a singles band. So any band that's not a singles band, even though they had some hits, the Talking Heads weren't a singles band. They had some hits, but they weren't a singles band.
Is Vanilla Ice a one-hit wonder?
No. Play that funky music.
that's right. And then the theme from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ice Ice Baby.
What they want to say.
I always go with
I always felt that a one-hit wonder was a group that came out with one song that made it famous, and you never heard from them again. That's sort of, I know that there's a definition that you guys are talking about, but I always felt that was a one-hit wonder
too.
Well, it all depends on what your definition of it is, right? But I mean, ultimately, they didn't cease to exist. They existed in some universe still, right? Where they still were trying to produce music. Usually it's not the story of the Oneaters. It's not the story that you do. Chumbawamba Tub Thumpin'. Mm-hmm. They did have a follow-up song. I don't know if it ever charted.
It's called
How about the Archies?
No, they had a couple actually.
Sugar.
And I think Jingle Jangle was the follow-up for
we know Kaja Gugu is a big one.
Yes, Kaja Gugu. I always go with Matthew Wilder, Break My Stride. One of my favorite all-time one-hit wonders.
Hello. How about Wall of Voodoo?
Eddie Grant?
I heard Eddie Grant. Dave, what did you say?
Dan said Eddie Grant. I said Wall of Voodoo.
Oh, Wall of Voodoo. Oh, wow.
With Mexican radio.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Mexican radio.
How about Fine Young Cannibals? She drives me crazy.
I think they had.
Was that Aaron Neville singing for them?
Drives me crazy.
Jonathan in the comments brings up Modern English. I Melt With You.
Oh, I love that song.
That's a great song. And Chumbawamba.
How about the English Beat? Because our house was their big hit.
In the middle of the street?
In the middle of our street.
I thought that was Madness who did our
that was Madness. You're right. English Beat was the other band.
How about Taco?
They both on Stiff Records.
Taco.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to.
Yeah, but isn't that a standard? Doesn't that song go way back to the 30s?
But he had a hit and he never did anything. He's a perfect one that never did anything else.
Now, Jonathan mentions Aha. Now, Aha did actually they had The Sun Always Shines on TV, which was not a huge hit, but definitely, I don't know if it hit top 40 or not, but it got higher.
How about Nina?
Oh,
99 Luftballons. Now, they had two songs. They had a German version and English version.
I don't know if they charted separately or not. That's a good question.
How about Los Del Rio?
Los Del Rio, the Macarena.
How about Lou Bega?
I don't think line dances.
Mambo number 5.
There was a follow-up by Lou Bega that I enjoyed called Tricky Tricky.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy. Who was that?
Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy.
Sean Cassidy? No. Bay City Rollers?
I don't have my screen in front of me.
Saturday night.
Yeah, that one I don't know.
How about Tony Basil?
Tony Basil. But it's funny is that she had one heck of a career afterwards. She went on after Mickey to have an excellent career in choreography.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Safety Dance. That was one.
By Falco.
Okay, I know I'm on a little delay, so I don't know if this is if you guys can hear me, but what about Right Said Fred, I'm Too Sexy? Did that even make the top?
I think that
Because
counts.
that's definitely my favorite.
That counts.
Yeah.
And he's here in real time, by the way.
Only had one
On
hit.
the list?
A lot of bands from the disco era came.
Am
and
I?
went quickly.
Okay, because I am like breaking up on my end.
Oh,
You seem like you're doing okay. I think you're doing okay for the moment. At least.
Turning Japanese.
Okay, as long as you guys can hear it.
Yep, we
you
can
know,
hear
that
you
was
fine.
wasn't Turning Japanese a masturbation reference?
That was supposed to be.
That's what I heard.
the theory, yes. The facial expression
was.
people make.
To me, it's just De Niro. Turning De Niro.
Yeah, Denise, you are locking up on occasion. Your video occasionally does lock up. I think that's you.
I'm too sexy for my cat.
I'm on my phone. I had a computer issue, so.
Oh no.
Are you using your phone, Denise?
It's funny who said that. How about Jack Wagner?
Is there a trick?
Yes, if you're using your phone, turn off Wi-Fi and just use the regular data if you have a good data plan.
Okay.
Hey, I just pulled up a list, Eric.
Did Billy Ray Cyrus only have one hit?
Billy Ray Cyrus, definitely.
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, now that's a question because he was featured on the remix of Old Town Road just recently.
Yeah.
What about Billy Crystal?
Oh, we were all marvelous.
Ooh, Steve Martin with King Tut.
King Tut.
Yes, yeah. King Tut.
We think comedians a lot. There's got to be a lot of comedians that have had a one hit.
Novelty songs. Well, the Chipmunks song was probably their only big hit, Dave Seville. I mean, he sold a lot of albums, but I don't know that he had any singles that charted other than the Chipmunk song.
Yeah, that's a great question. I know they did a version of I don't know if their version of.
Well, there was Chipmunk Punk. Don't forget.
I still have copies of. I believe Chipmunks Sing the Monkeys, or no, Chipmunks Sing the Beatles. Monkeys would be so much better. But
no, Zappa was a great musician, but was Valley Girl his only hit? Maybe.
Yeah, I saw him on the list that I was pulling up.
How about Patrick Swayze?
Well, she's like the wind.
How about David Soul?
I don't think the Knack only had one hit, though,
David
because even from the first album, they had Good Girls Don't, which got a lot of airplay.
Is David Soul, is that If You Want to Be Happy?
No, David Soul was, oh crap, what the hell is the song? By the way, Yummy, Yummy, Yummy is the Ohio Express.
Oh, how about Eddie Murphy? Party all
My
the
girl
time,
wants
party
to.
all
Yeah.
the time, party all the time.
Jonathan is saying that Rolling Stones claims that Aha is the
number one hit wonder.
One hit wonder. And I won't dispute that. I would not go against Rolling Stone or Element.
Jellyman. The list I'm just looking at. I'm just on Wikipedia. Chris de Burgh, remember that song, "Lady in Red"?
Red, absolutely.
Yes.
Is dancing with. I used to love it. It was "Is dancing with me," and then he go cheek to cheek.
Like a little aside.
I remember it. Robbie Neville, remember that song, "C'est la vie"?
C'est la vie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cutting Crew.
Don't give up on us, baby. David Soul. That was it.
That was it. Don't give up on it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's a great tune.
How about
How about Georgia Satellites? Keep your
did
hands.
Jan Hammer? Oh, great song. Did Jan Hammer only have the one hit? That's the Miami Vice theme.
That was.
Isn't it Jan Hammer?
All right. I believe I may have shared this story before, but I have to share this story because it is my favorite Jan Hammer. Story.
It's my favorite too because I don't have any others.
Well, it's funny because it involves you. First DJ job ever was one that Dan and I DJ'd at a Methodist church near our hometown.
Right by Jeff Croft's house.
That's your first mistake.
Jeff Croft, right next to the elementary school that is now apartment buildings.
Yes, elementary school.
And this is 1986. So we're talking vinyl. 45s that we had purchased at probably Musicland,
National Record Mart.
You know, the local record shop. And for some reason, the only copy we had multiples of was the Miami Vice theme. And Dan did like an 8-minute mix because he kept playing it.
I could switch between the two and keep the song going.
And I'm still in business somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd think that would have ended everything right then.
And the power went out, and Eric said, "Don't worry, I'll take you all home in my Subaru." And no one had any idea what he was talking about. Apparently, it was a commercial that he saw once.
That was a very popular commercial.
Never heard of it. But I stole it for the sitcom. It's in the sitcom. It's funny because it looks like Mike is sitting with a EriDan plaque behind him, or like there's on the window behind him.
This framed EriDan plaque, purchased at EriDanmerchandise.com.
Hey, you know what?
Now,
EriDan
Jellyman
shop.
talks about Rapper and then Rapper's Delight, but we mentioned Donnie Iris, and yes, the Jaggers are listed as being a one-hit wonder with the Rapper from 1970.
Yep. Now, how about Glenn Frey? Because he certainly had a ton of hits with the Eagles. But on his own, I think Smuggler's Blues might have been his own.
No, The Heat Is On.
Oh, that's right. The Heat Is On. That's right.
Like speaking of 1985.
Born to Be Alive, Patrick Hernandez,
Well, that's
1979.
That is a great song. Love that.
Now,
Oh, Pastaducci.
the Jaggers, I didn't realize.
On the left-hand side.
Do you guys realize the Jaggers, the Rapper? Do you realize how high it went on the charts?
I know it was a top 10. I mean, it was
I believe top 10, right?
It was the #1 song.
Oh, wow.
1970. Number one on the #1 on the Record World chart, which was a big thing back then, and #2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Sold 1 million copies, which back then was now 500,000 is gold. Back then you had to get 1 million to get gold. So that would be.
He also had Donnie Iris with Wild Cherry for a period.
Yes.
Oh, I got a good one. Kung Fu Fighting.
Oh, Douglas.
Yeah, novelty songs in an especially ripe territory, whether it's Monster Mash or songs that were really big for a brief time. But yeah.
Was Rubber Band Man a one-hit wonder? I don't know who the group was.
Now, Rubber Band Man, isn't that the Spinners?
I think you're right. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and they had lots of.
Yeah, so that's not a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Apparently, Video killed the radio stars on a list of one-hit wonders.
The Buggles, yeah.
Yeah.
The first video played on MTV.
How about that?
Yes.
Well, that was fun.
Well, there we go. There's our one-hit wonders evening.
All right, we're gonna do this whack tracks really quick, and then we're gonna get into some games. And so, if anybody else, this is your last minute warning. If you're thinking about getting in on our game,
there we go. We got Walk Like an Egyptian going on with Little Joe over there.
Not a one-hit wonder. So if you want to join us, EriDanLive.com. You can get into this game that we will be starting up here in just a moment after we talk about what is probably one of the wackiest whack tracks that I have. All right, so here's a no-hit wonder for you. This is 1989's Large and in Charge by Chunky A. Chunky A was a character that Arsenio Hall did on his talk show in the late 80s and early 90s. An overweight rapper named Chunky A. I don't think it ever charted. The one song that they did play for a little bit, I think just comically on the radio, was something called Owl, which is the #1 track on the record. It is a Word Up clone, Word Up by Cameo, sort of make off of, but it also features such songs as Stank Breath, Ho Is Lazy, Very High Key, and Dope, The Big Lie. So Chunky tells you not to do drugs.
So that was his version of Chris Gaines, huh?
This was exactly his alter ego, perhaps.
Except without any talent.
Well, Chris Gaines, did you listen to that album?
I got friends in low place.
All right. I think we're up for a game. Unfortunately, I'm guessing, especially if Denise is on her phone because her computer is not working well, the one aspect of the game I was going to do isn't going to work for us.
You want to test it still just to see what happens?
We could test it if you would like to test it.
Well, basically, Eric has a button that we can now buzz in with.
Yeah, I found an online buzzer, but unfortunately, if you're on the phone that you're streaming video with, I'm not sure. I think you would need to have two internet connected devices. You'd have to have a phone and a computer, because otherwise you're going to have to multiple tabs. I think this could get really ugly.
Yeah, if I were home, I could easily have another window open with a button on it.
I think if you're on a computer, you could easily.
I'm on my Chromebook, so it's a little more awkward.
Yeah, so I think we're going to have to hold off on that. But that's okay. So we will modify our game tonight not to use this feature, and hopefully eventually we'll get a chance to take advantage of that. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to do some Family Feud style questions.
Are you Richard Dawson? Are you Louis Anderson?
Look at the puppy.
Ruby's here.
Which era?
Hi, Ruby.
Are you?
It's her first appearance, I think.
I think you are correct about that.
Just don't be Ray Combs. You can be Louis Anderson.
Sure, I could be anybody.
I like Louis Anderson. I always do that. My impression of Louis Anderson as the host. Up there. That's all he would say. Up there.
It's pretty accurate.
Is it up there? Not what did they say? So we do have some contestants that want to play along.
All right, let's bring it. How about that? Hello there, Jellyman.
What's up,
Jellyman?
Hey, Jellyman. What's happening?
We are in Napa Valley today.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
It's going to be 65 tomorrow, so we had to leave Washington. And when it was snowing, we hopped in the car and left. Like Ted Cruz style.
You're not our senator, though, so that's okay. You're allowed to.
Not yet.
And then lied about it? Yeah.
By the way, AOC has given over $2 million by just asking her people on Twitter, like, donate money to Texas. Over $2 million has been raised.
That's amazing.
Ted Cruz went on vacation.
Donate money to Sarah.
He went on vacation. He went on vacation to Mexico.
Yes, to make it better for his family, he left the United States to go to Mexico, which is so ironic because
which
that's
is on
exactly
the CDC list of putt points. Yeah, great.
Hey, Michelle says hi. Michelle, look at her face.
Hi, Michelle.
You can join us to play. We can have lots of people playing.
That's true. Bring them on in. This is going to get interesting.
It's a party.
It is a party.
So quick
joke. Be a guest. All you do is go to EriDanLive.com. Whoops. Denise is, she is. Eric and I will bring her back at the same time.
So quick joke. Why do politicians not like bookmarks?
Oh.
I don't know. Why do politicians not like bookmarks?
Because they like their pages bent over.
Hey-o.
Wow. That is so 90s. No wonder your wife walked away.
She's back.
I did not know that.
Oh, Michelle's getting Michelle, you're getting the EriDan logo finally tattooed on you?
Yeah, she said that last week too, that she was actually, this is like a thing. She gets a tattoo and watches us.
Yeah, Friday nights.
Either we alleviate the pain or we just distract.
This makes the pain sort of get lost in the mix.
That's very cool.
All right, do you want to start the game? I guess we have all we're going to have for tonight.
I think you're probably right about that. I'm going to reorder people here into the order that I have them set up to play.
We just moved.
And I'm just trying to think about how I'm going to do this because I had a different plan. But that's all right. We're going to make it work. This is going to be Family Feud style questions. But what we're going to do is we're going to obviously have to do this a little different than they do on the Feud. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a round with each person gets the question first. and we'll get that many points that question is worth. And then we'll move on to the next person, and they get to provide an answer, and they'll get those many points. And we'll go round robin until all of the answers are gone, or until everybody has given incorrect answers. And then when we move on to the next round, we'll start with somebody different.
All right.
Simple. All right. So Denise, you get to start tonight. You are in the starting position, and I'm going to share my screen and do my best here to keep score as we do this. And that messed up my order, of course. So hold on, I'm going to rearrange people a little bit here. I have a prayer of keeping up. Let me see here. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so here's how this works. I've got a Family Feud style question. I will give it to Denise. Denise, you will give an answer. You will get the points out of 100 for that. And then we will move on to Michael, whether you get the answer right or wrong. And we will go until all the category answers are gone, or we've gone around once and everybody's got incorrect answers. All right. So, Denise, your question for you that starts tonight is, name a reason you might get rid of an old family heirloom.
Okay.
Name a reason.
Oh, Denise is frozen. Denise is frozen in time.
Because they froze.
Oh, no. We've already started off with a frozen Denise.
Poor Denise.
And she loves playing the game, so that'd be a
I
shame.
know. The internet in California is not cooperating. All right, we're going to move Denise to the end of the round.
Maybe she should actually go on Wi-Fi instead of the cell phone.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know. We're in California. Ours is working.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's such a small state.
It is. It's tiny.
All right, wait. I think she might be rejoining. Hold on. Let's get rid of that feed and let's see if she gets back in here. I'll tell you what. We'll start instead with Michael with this question, and hopefully we'll at least be in by the end. And we can go this way. So, Michael, you get the question and the bonus of extra time to think about it.
Well, there's someone else popping in too.
Oh my goodness! Oh, is this a first-time caller? Am I right about this? Could it be? I think you're right. Oh my goodness!
That.
It's Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Everybody says hi to Jeff.
What do I win?
What do you win?
It's not that easy.
Hello. What do I win for being a first timer?
There's no
You won
participation
that
trophy.
great graphic.
Yeah. Round of applause.
Yeah, there it is. Round of applause.
Yay!
Golf clap. Golf clap.
How are you, sir? He's
Now he froze.
It's flying tonight.
and he's frozen. The internet is full of everybody watching Netflix tonight.
By the way, WandaVision last night crashed Disney Plus for about 15 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah, well,
Everybody watching, did you hear that the Muppet Show is now on Disney?
I think I am unfrozen now.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
you are now moving. So where are you located, Jeff?
You want to play Family Feud with us?
Nope. Nope.
Excellent.
Oh, wait, I think I see Denise.
Where are you located, Jeff?
Where am I located? I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Jeff. So, Jeff, you'll want to close your Facebook or YouTube connection, and you want to watch through the StreamYard link that you joined us on.
Oh, bye, Jeff.
You can leave.
One.
Or you could leave. That works too. All right. Yeah, there's Denise.
It's Jeff calling from a car in the middle of North Park Lake.
I heard you talking about me.
Right. All right. Denise. Denise is still
Oh, technology.
fantastic. This is so good. Hey,
Whatever.
Wait, is that Jeff? What's he doing in their house?
Jeff. Nice.
Denise is frozen again.
Yeah, Denise is definitely frozen again.
On with the
Maybe he'll
show.
move a little bit.
All right, so I'm gonna boot out Denise here until we see if she's moving or not. All right, we'll do a round. We're gonna do a round with just the people who have strong internet at the moment.
You've had 20 minutes to think about this, Mike.
How we're profiling.
I forgot the question. Something about family heirloom. That's all I remember.
Of my donut from Jake's.
I don't think so.
Yum yum yum.
All right, so we'll do a round of this, and then we can play another game, and hopefully Denise's internet will get better by then. It seems like she's trying to join us, but she's definitely frozen because all I see is her eyes in the green room. Really intense, not moving at all.
Nope.
No, but I don't think she's really there. Okay, so all right, so let's try to do this before the sun comes up. Michael, name a reason you might get rid of a family heirloom.
To pay the rent or mortgage.
Yes, that is worth 12 points. That is the number 4 answer, sell or need money. So we're going to give you that one, and we're going to move on to Dan. That will bring
somebody dies.
That is incorrect. So no, you get no points. All right, we're on to Dave. You are next. Name a reason you might get rid of an old family heirloom.
It's broken.
It's broken. That is the number 1 answer. Is that it's broken, and that is worth 29 big old points there for Dave. All right.
Too many.
Too much. Okay, we're on to the elements.
Because it smells.
Because it smells. That is not on our list, but a great answer.
Did you just watch an episode of Seinfeld with a body odor car? Is that what that was?
All right, Michael, we are back to you. Still lots of good answers on the board.
A reason why you would get rid of a family heirloom. It's cursed.
That was going to be my answer.
Show me it's cursed. No.
But good one.
That's fantastic. All right, Dan.
You sell family heirloom. It's too big, and you're moving. You can't take it with you. You're moving.
You're
away.
moving. Absolutely. You're moving is on the list. And 2 points. That's our lowest answer on the board. Okay.
How many answers are there?
There are 7 for this particular.
100 people surveyed, top 7 answers on the board. That's how you're supposed to say it.
All right, Dave.
Divorce.
Copyright infringement.
Divorce.
Divorce. Absolutely. Divorce is on the board at number 3 and is worth 18 points.
I was going to say divorce. But I just said death.
This game.
So I started with death and then divorce. The 2 reasons marriages end.
That's one too many, Eric.
That's really weird.
I was being generous.
Yeah, but don't you get the family heirloom because someone died? So I don't think that would be a reason to get rid of it.
No, if you're the person that died, that's your heirloom.
So they'll notice when they visit.
You die and you give it to. It's given to somebody. Like if I'm the grandparent, I've got the famous automatic light bulb that I can turn on from anywhere. Then when I die, I get rid of it. It goes to my heirs.
Yes.
Your
So
EriDan.
And does it just turn on anytime? Stop it.
Okay, then is it my turn?
No.
Do you spell EriDan H-E-I-R?
Ooh, that's pretty good.
That's amazing. All right, we're back to the elements.
Oh, because it's ugly.
That's ugly. That is worth 22 points. Nice. Wow. Our number 2 answer. All right, we are back to Michael.
There's only one answer left, I believe.
There are actually 3 answers still.
There are how many?
3.
I thought you said there were 7.
If there were 7, we answered 5.
There are 2 more answers left.
Oh, 2 more.
Okay.
Yes.
And they're like low answers. So I'm going to go with you get rid of a family heirloom because because you died. I'll go with Dan's answer.
That is incorrect. Okay, Dan.
That's what I said. How about, so we have ugly. How about it's broken?
That would be what Dave said.
Yeah, we said broken.
The game.
That was the number one answer.
That was the number one answer. Yes.
Oh, no wonder it's so good.
That is
All
a great
right, hold
answer.
on. Give me a second.
I don't think that's
Yeah, come on.
You can give us another one.
I got 2 points. Give me a chance here. So
if he can get someone else's answer, it's only fair.
If there was a thing, if there was a board I could look at and I could see.
Right, exactly.
So much whining. Go ahead.
How about?
Sure, it's easy when you're.
What's the question again?
Name a reason you get rid of an old family heirloom.
You were so stalling.
You get rid of an old family heirloom because it's worthless.
That is incorrect. All right, Dave, can you get one of our remaining 2 answers?
Well, this may be the same category as it's ugly, but I'm just going to say you hate it.
There is not an answer for you hate it, so that's incorrect. All right, so this will be the last. If the elements don't get one of these, we're going to end this question and move on to another question. So
right, I think I've got it. It's because it reminds you of that person.
I'm going to give you that one.
Yeah.
The answer is because of a family feud. And
we're playing Family Feud.
Family Feud. So you have a fight in the family, and that
is Family Feud.
So that keeps this question alive for one more. We'll go through one more time to see if anybody. You know what? We're gonna scrap this question. It's a low one, anyways, and we're gonna move on to the next.
What was it?
The last remaining answer was you have too much stuff. So, okay. So you can see the scores. I'm not going to tell you what the scores are. We're going to go on to our next question. We're going to let Dan go first in this round.
Yay, me.
Dan, he's our man.
All right. Now, I'm going to say up front that these questions were discovered on the internet on a website that had Family Feud questions. I cannot give you a time frame for when these questions came.
Name something people listening to on the Victrola.
I'm professing. I am just saying that just because. Where do kids nowadays spend most of their time? Now, this is very pre-quarantine. Okay, this is not a quarantine related.
It's not like 1980s.
How pre-quarantine? Like
1985.
I'm gonna say, let's say 10 years old. I have no idea.
And what part of the country?
Who knows?
They're in your house right now. No,
I'm gonna go with where do kids spend most of their time? I'm gonna say I've got the funny answer. I'll save that for later. The mall.
The mall. Very nice. That is right in the middle of our. There are 7 answers again on this. That was number 4 and is worth 12 points for Dan.
Yay!
All right, Dave.
That would take me to 14.
I'm going to go with the real obvious and say at home. Whether they then restrict it to say in the room, I don't know.
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna say because it's room/bedroom, but it is the only home-related answer. It is the number 1 answer, and it is worth 28 points.
Number 1 for a vague answer. That's amazing.
Well, I said unless they want to be more specific, like in the room, so I knew what it meant.
Right. All right. So we're going to move on to the elements.
We've got a split decision here.
Ooh.
Gonna go with online.
Online, the internet, absolutely worth 16 points.
Yeah.
All right. Very nice. Back to Michael.
School.
School's a good place to go when you're a kid. That is the number 2 answer worth 22 points.
That's where they hang out. I didn't realize.
That wasn't defined.
I was going to say school. Yeah.
Listen, I got news for you.
I want to
I got news for you. If this question were in the last year or 2, online would be the number 1 answer. This question's at least 6 years old.
Bedroom and online are like the same place now.
All right, so we have 3 more answers, and they are the bottom 3 answers. Dan, where do kids nowadays spend most of their time?
In the shower. I'm gonna go with the movie theater.
The movie theater. That would be incorrect. Sorry, Dave.
At a friend's.
At a friend's house. Absolutely. That is worth 10 old points. Oh crap! I started clicking before I remembered what point you had.
It was a 75.
All right, there you go. Started clicking a little too fast before I did the math in my head. Okay, the elements. We have 2 answers left.
I'm going to say like Starbucks or something.
Starbucks or something.
Starbucks or something. No, not Starbucks or something.
No.
Michael.
Wah, wah, wah.
Juvenile detention.
Prison.
All right, Dan, we'll go one more round on this question here. So can you do this? Where do kids spend most of their times nowadays?
I got to go.
I was going to say rehab, but Michael took juvenile detention, so it's not there. How about the beach?
The beach. No, they're not at the beach. You Western.
What is it? What is this, a 1950s movie?
Dave.
Let's see. It depends on whether you want me to be more specific. I'll say outside. If that's not specific enough, I'll say the park.
You know, park is actually dead on. Is park is what they had here, but I would have given you outside.
No, you can't give him outside.
He got inside and he got outside.
No, because on the real show they would say, "I'll need you to be more specific."
Of all the answers, park is the only one that is outside, so I think they would have done that on the show. All right, we've got one left. Where are the kids?
In a van down by the river.
Down by the river.
Is that like Freedom Clearwater Revolver song? No.
That's where they get
Want some candy?
That's where I find all my kids. Pull up in my van. There's kids everywhere. All right, Michael.
It may not be socially acceptable.
Where do kids spend a lot of their time? Let's see. Laser tag.
Laser tag. No. All right, we're gonna move on to the next question. The last
library.
I was gonna say. Go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the car.
They are not in the car. They're not at the library. They're at work.
Oh, that's
Where is it in?
Work.
pedestrian.
Those entrepreneurial kids working. All right,
fun.
Let's move on. Let's go on. We're moving around here, and we're going to start this one with Dave. Not that Dave has not had a chance to get some quality points. But can you tell me something many people do just once a week?
Breathe. Oh, I'm sorry.
And this is also pre-quarantine.
Is this teenagers or is this adults?
This is people laundry. Absolutely 12 points. There are only 6 for this question, and that gives you 12 points, which takes you up to 101. All right. All right, Jonathan, you're on your own.
Damn.
You have an answer without your oh, there you go. Okay, can you tell me something many people do just once a week?
Take a shower or take a bath.
I was going to point out that this is a pre-quarantine question. Incorrect. That, unfortunately, is incorrect. Okay, Michael.
Church or other religious worship?
Church, absolutely. They're going to church once a week. 35, that is our number one answer.
Ooh.
Which gives you a noise score. And
Noise.
There you go. Okay.
Closing in on Dave.
Dan.
They go shopping or they go to the grocery store.
That's correct. Our number 2 answer with 24.
Finally.
There you go.
Double digits again.
Look at that. All right.
How many are left?
3.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to say pay bills.
No, I do not have pay bills on my list.
No, that's once a month.
All right, we've got like team element going on over here.
Is it our turn?
Is it our turn?
It's Dave's turn, is it?
No, I just went.
Oh, I'm gonna say the bank.
You go to the bank.
Dad, you suck.
Yeah, no, you suck. Sorry.
Should have gone with my answer.
Talk to their kids.
Yes.
The strip club. Sorry. I get those two mixed up.
People, that is the bank.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, the vault. It's up the street.
True story. When I was first time I went to Montreal, I went to do the exchange rate was at 57 cents on the dollar, and I went to get cash at the front desk of the hotel, and the guy goes, "No, you don't want it here. Go to the strip clubs. They give you the actual 50 cents of the dollar. The bank charges you a fee. We charge like 8%. Strip club, you go in, you give them 100 American, and you get $157 Canadian back."
All right, we're gonna one up you on that. In Portland, Oregon, there's El Diablo Strip Club, where it's the largest distributor of $2 bills in America.
I want my $2.
Wow. That doesn't work in Canada because the toonie. Where do you put it?
They want the girls. They believe
they got smarter.
They work for $2.
Yep.
And that La Caja Falls is where all the $3 bills come from.
Where were we?
Mike is next.
Something we do once a week, right?
All right, Michael, I believe we're on you.
Okay, what we're doing once a week. Crap, I had an answer. I forgot it. Go on a date.
No, not go on a date.
So
All right.
All right, what are the answers that have been given so far?
Church, groceries, or shopping, and laundry.
Go out to dinner.
Eat out. That is correct. That is our lowest question, but that is still worth 4 points for you.
I don't know. That kind of sounds like a date to me.
I know. If Dave answered, that would have been a date.
Yeah.
Well, it's the only thing on here that you can do is a date, so we're going to give it to him.
Jealous much? Okay. I'm gonna say,
I'm not related to the host.
All right.
have
All right.
sex.
What was that?
Have sex.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, no. All right.
Take the garbage out.
We're going to, what was that?
Take the garbage out.
Take the garbage out. No. All right, Michael.
I was going to say take the garbage out. What people do once a week. People do once a week.
One answer left.
Put gas in their car.
No. That is a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah.
How about
Probation officer?
play golf or exercise or something?
Take a pee.
Go for exercise. No. All right, we're going to end this question here before we start another round about. The last answer was sleep in. What? I know.
Every day. What are you talking about?
Once a week. Please.
We do that every day. All right. So we're gonna do one more round here. One more round before we declare a winner.
Who will that be?
Looks like Dave.
No, Dan wins. All right, double points last round, speed round.
This one goes.
That's true. That is true.
This one starts with the elements. And tell me something you can buy that costs $1 or less.
Wow.
Definitely not a hooker.
Dogecoin.
Okay, well, I'm glad we've eliminated that.
$1 or less.
Yeah. So
Pack of gum.
Arizona.
It's not pack of gum.
Pack of gum, absolutely. It is our number 6 answer, but that gets you 4 points.
Oh, yay! Well, at least we're beating Dan.
There's 3 of you.
Wow.
Oh, I love it.
Wow.
I love
That
it.
was harsh. Harsh. At
Taken
least
down
we're
by
beating Dan.
And joining us for the first and only time, it's the Elements.
Wow. Yeah, by the way, they have an actual family competing for Family Feud. That's just not right.
You're saying Mike, Dan, and I should be competing against them, huh?
Add our
Hang
scores
on.
and see how that looks.
Because there's 3 of them. We divide 47 by 3, and they're way behind.
Well, we add our 3 scores together, they're way behind.
Where's Jeff? We want Jeff back.
Oh, you guys are harsh.
Jeff.
We had a first-time caller, and his internet came in and went.
Yes.
That's what she said.
No.
Does she? Okay. Michael.
No.
Tell me something that costs $1 or less.
Said the bishop to the queen.
Now wait. They said pack of gum. Was the actual answer pack of gum?
The answer was gum.
All right. Candy bar.
Yeah.
That's my answer. Candy bar.
That is not on the list. I'm shocked.
Wow, I'm just going to say that.
How about a lottery scratcher ticket?
Yeah, so I was thinking.
Ooh, good one.
Oh, excellent. No.
Pack of chips.
I am
a gallon
not
of gas.
involved.
I'm going to say a can of pop.
Can of pop is an excellent answer and is number 3.
Yay!
Worth 17 points.
Way to go, Dave.
Sorry. All right.
Less.
$1 or less.
I got one.
All right. Chips.
Coke. Bag of chips.
All that and a bag of chips.
That's true.
Yes.
Somebody already said bag of chips. Didn't we already do bag of chips?
Really?
That was
No, we said pack of gum.
Candy bar.
No, Michael said bag of chips.
Oh.
I said candy bar.
Taste the bag of chips.
I
out
said
loud.
candy bar.
Okay.
A bag of chips.
Anyway. Either way, no.
No chips. If you're not getting the gist, there is no chips. So we're back to Michael.
Newspaper.
Newspaper, absolutely. The number 4 answer on the list.
Wow, nice.
Worth 10 points.
Hand job?
In Tijuana.
Wow. Plans for the weekend already. Okay. Dan, I think you're up.
You can get a lap dance.
Take it up.
Well, it depends on who you're getting it from, but
I mean, you could get a if you they have the 99-cent menu at fast food. So I mean, like fast food.
Fast food, absolutely. The number 2 answer. Fast food worth 23.
Ooh,
wow.
Absolutely.
Wow, way ahead of the element.
Yeah.
Wow, we really are failing.
Now who's number 3?
Yeah, you're blowing the elements out of the water here.
Huh? Yeah. 3 bitches.
Woo! Oh, such snack talk. I love it.
And I mean that in a way, not as a woman. I mean, you know what I mean.
Like part. Did we already say soda?
Dave,
Yep.
right? This is Dave. I believe this is Dave.
Yeah, it's my turn. I'm thinking here.
Does it hurt?
5 seconds or so.
Let me see.
I'm trying to think, and nothing happens.
No, I don't.
Tristan, you can leave.
We have got
Breath mints?
2 answers left, I believe.
Breath mints, he said.
And no, not breath mints. We have 2 answers left, one of which is our number 1 answer.
I know, that's the weird part.
I can't believe that we didn't get the number 1 answer.
No, it's kind of perplexing. What can you possibly get for $1?
That's because it's a gallon of gas, and this is a 50-year-old question.
Yeah.
It's a 50-year-old question it could be.
Nice.
You get a 45 album.
Is it food related, Eric?
No hints.
Oh, there's no
What's going on
No
here?
hints.
No hints. Oh, what can you get for $1?
I have a strange feeling Eric's going to be wrong. I think it's been answered.
Well, you can buy a screw, the kind at the hardware store.
Wow. Yeah.
You get a handful of screws.
See, it's not just me, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's that. No. Just
A pound
no.
of screws.
A pound of screws.
Okay, we have 2 answers left.
Whatever we're into,
Maybe even some rails.
Come on, Michael. You've
What
got
can you get for $1 or
this is your
less?
chance. Like, come on, get this.
$1 or less. Oh,
You go.
nice.
A taco.
I was thinking that. Now you blew it. What could you get for $1 or less? I already said newspaper. We said gum. We said candy bar. We said bag of chips. We said soda, and most of those were wrong.
We said scratch your ticket.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was wrong. You would think that would be number 1. Like that would be like the what I would thought would be number 1. $1 or less.
Coffee.
No, coffee. $1 where? What year? 1930?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, show for a nickel, Sherry. Nah.
Have you been to Starbucks lately?
Yeah. Right.
I'm going to say, I got nothing. I got nothing. I literally got nothing. We went through all the
There's
damn
nothing
answers.
you can get for $1. That's his answer.
Right.
$1 or less.
I think I know it.
I think that
Well, you're
Eric's
not
being technical here.
I'm not. I'm big. Yeah, that's me, Mr.
I think it's candy.
Oh, you think it's candy? Well, it's not.
I mean, penny candy, nickel candy. I thought maybe because he said candy bar. You're like, no, not a candy bar.
Dan's van.
All right, so then it must, of course, be.
This is where Steve puts his arm around you and says, "You know that's already been said, right?"
Well, I was making a point. Just because then if he said, "Oh, it is candy," then I would say Mike gets those points. So something you can get for $1 or less that is not candy. How about a cookie?
How about a cookie?
Or a donut or something like that.
All right, Dave.
Man, oh man, this is ridiculous.
Dave for the win. Come on, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave's already winning.
It's just laying there. This big fat number one is just hanging there.
Dave can't lose.
That's true.
If you get it wrong, you lose 100 points.
Negative. Yeah. Yeah, this is Final Jeopardy here. How many of my points am I going to bet? Man, oh man. I'm feeling like Mike. I got nothing here.
Because all the obvious answers were not answers.
Yeah.
I think I got it.
A pencil.
A pencil? No, not a pencil. All right, we're gonna go around one more time quickly, and then I will reveal what the last answer was. So, Elements.
$1.25 Canadian.
Win! Come on! Come on!
Woo!
I concede the game to them. That was a great answer.
All right, Michael, do you have a guess? Do you want to throw one out, or you want to move on?
$1 or less. How about comic book?
Comic book? No, not a comic book. Dan.
Oh, Dan, what is it?
A postcard.
A postcard.
Oh, a stamp.
No.
A stamp.
Oh,
Nobody said stamp.
Well, it was Dave's turn, but yes.
Of course.
Answer here.
So, all right. So Dave, you could either say stamp, which is worth 6 points.
I was not going to say stamp. I was going to say, and it's not going to be there.
Or you can take a guess at the number one answer.
Yeah.
You've got to cite the circa, the date.
How was stamp not the number one answer?
Stamp is the actual number 5 answer, and these were all taken from the show. So
I'm going to say an Iron City.
Iron City.
Not just a beer, because that would be way too expensive, but an Iron City maybe.
But an Iron City, you could probably no, that is incorrect. All right, I know we're all going to erupt. I am not responsible for these things. But the number one answer was fruit.
Oh, come on.
So you said an apple. You could buy an apple. You could buy a pear. You could buy an orange. You could buy a grape.
You know what? I'm not lying. I almost said apple, but I went, no.
Should have said apple.
Answer. Because the whole thing was for $1 is fruit.
What are they?
How much was it worth?
Are they quizzing old ladies for this info or what?
Studio audience. The EriDan
survey.
Dave is our big winner for that game.
Wait, Eric, how many? Eric, how many points did fruit? How many was fruit worth?
Fruit was worth 29 points.
Okay.
So it would have put Michael.
I would not. I wouldn't have taken the lead. Dave would have still won.
Yeah, you would have had a more secure footing at number 2, but you'd still
want to do my game.
Sure, let's do your game.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Hold on, let me move him up there. Put him in the host spot.
Okay, this game is same rules as Dead or Alive. Now, this game is called Who Was Older? I have chosen 12 pairs of celebrities that together were involved in something, like they may have played the same part or they were in the same show, but they're somehow connected. And you're going to have to guess. You're going to, not twins now. You're going to have to guess which one was older. Now, if they're dead, which one was born first? Okay.
So which one would be older if they were alive?
Yes.
Right. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, you lose a point. If you get it right, you can get 2 bonus points by guessing what year they were each born.
Oof.
It's always the bonus points that makes things so complicated.
Well, right. No, the bonus, you don't lose bonus. So if you give, it's just a guess. 1901. Oh, I was wrong. That's all. It's just a shot at maybe getting an extra point up there. I also have, I have chosen 12 names because I figured we'd have 3 or 4 players. So this way everyone would get an even number of celebrities. And same rule applies as the Dead or Alive game. If you want to pass, you can pass. You don't lose any points. The next player can decide if he wants that pair or do the next pair.
Okay.
Everybody got that straight? Same as Dead or Alive. Okay.
The only problem is if someone passes and the next person takes it, there goes your even 12 thing. So
no, we're gonna stop after every player has guessed. Since there's 4 players, after every player's had 3.
Perfect. 3 turns. Gotcha.
So I've got 12 so that it will end with a definite 3 each. But if people pass, we're doing 3 each player.
Got it.
Right. This way it ends quickly and we don't go on for an hour like the nonsense I did last week.
Which we've now gone an hour just explaining. But go on.
All right. Okay. Since Dave is going first, Dave, who was older, Tupac Shakur or Biggie Smalls?
Oh, good call.
Biggie, can't you see?
I'm gonna.
And of course, the connection is Biggie Smalls was younger.
Okay, -1 for me.
Yep. So it's -1 for you. The years of their birth, since you're not worth the bonus. Tupac Shakur was born June 16th, 1971. Biggie Smalls, May 21st, 1972.
Ooh.
So
Biggie was smaller.
Biggie was smaller.
Yes. Yep. Okay, Dan. These 2 actors both played the same part. They both played at one time or another James Bond. Who's older, Sean Connery or Roger Moore?
Ooh.
Who's deader, Sean Connery or Roger Moore?
Well, Roger Moore died first. But I think Sean Connery is in fact older.
You are wrong. Sean Connery was 3 years younger than Roger Moore. Sean Connery born August 25th, 1930. Roger Moore, October 14th, 1927. Okay, Elements. These 2 were the biggest box office draws in the 1970s. Clint Eastwood and Burt Reynolds. Who was older?
Clint Eastwood.
Yes, Clint Eastwood was older. Would you like to guess at what year they were born for 2 extra bonus points?
Nope.
You don't lose points if you get it wrong. You don't lose points. You can only get a bonus.
Okay. 38? I'm gonna go with 38.
Which one?
1938 for Clint Eastwood.
Okay, and Burt Reynolds?
1942.
Okay, you were wrong on both of them. Clint Eastwood was born in 1930. He's 90. It's all over the news. And Burt Reynolds was born in 1936. But you guys get a point.
Yay!
I'm -1, by the way, Eric.
Yeah, Dan should be -1.
You're always in the negative.
All right.
I'm the -1.
Okay.
Eric. Yes.
Eric. These two are two of the biggest. These 2 are 2 of the biggest action stars of the 1980s, and used to feud constantly. Who's older, Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh.
Who's older?
Who's older, Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Let's say Stallone is older.
No. Sylvester Stallone was born in 1946, July 6, 1946. Wait, you said Stallone was older?
Yes.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, Stallone was older. Schwarzenegger. I'm sorry. I thought you said Schwarzenegger. My bad. Arnold was born July 30th, 1947, and since I accidentally gave because I thought you said the ones wrong. Yeah, but you got a shot at guessing. You can get anybody. So what I'm going to do is since I had 2 tiebreaker questions. I'm going to give you one of those to guess the ages. Okay. To guess the years. So you get 1 point for Stallone. But here's what you're gonna guess. Gina Lollobrigida and Sophia Loren. What year were they each born?
Let's go with 26 for Sophia, and 22.
27 for Lola Brigida, 34 for Sophia Loren. So you would not get a bonus.
That's I didn't.
And that's a tiebreaker. That's a tiebreaker question off the list.
Okay.
All right, back to where we at? Oh, back to Dave. All right, Dave, where'd I leave off? Okay, Dave, these two crooners were the leaders of the Rat Pack, Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra. Who was older?
Oh boy. Can't say Sammy. Let's see.
You can say Sammy. Go ahead.
You can.
Dean and Frank. Dean lived a harder lifestyle, so he aged faster. So I'm gonna say Frank.
All right, and you would be right. Frank Sinatra was older. What were the years they were born?
Okay, Old Blue Eyes was born in, let's say, 90-ish. I'm going to say Frank was born in 28 and Dean was born in 30.
No, 1915 for Sinatra, 1917 for Dean
That
Martin.
old. Okay, I was off.
Yeah. All right, so you get a point for being right. You're down to 0. Okay. Yeah. Dan Rosenberg. Ooh, Dan Rosenberg, you might get this one. Roseanne's daughter was played by 2 different actresses, Sarah Chalke and Alicia Goranson. Which one is older?
I like the condescension in that. Ooh, Dan, you might get this.
No, because he mentioned that last week when we were talking about.
He's a TV guy, so that does make a lot of sense.
I'm gonna say the for some reason the second name you said doesn't sound like the right name.
No. Alicia Goranson.
All right, Alicia Goranson is the younger one.
Alicia Goranson is the older one by 2 years. She was born June 22nd, 1974, and Sarah Chalke, August 27th, 1976.
Wow.
I suck.
Yes, but you don't swallow.
Oh, man.
Wow, why would we go there?
It really went that way.
I'm sorry, it slipped.
This is not a porno shoot, Mike. You're not an extra on it right now.
Yeah, keep that kind of talk at work.
Yeah, I don't go to where you work, and
he only goes to work once a week, you know.
Okay, all right, going down to the elements. Okay, one of the cast members from Roseanne went on to huge stardom playing opposite the other guy. They played Sheldon and Leonard, John Galecki and Jim Parsons. Who is older?
Galecki.
Is that your final answer? No, John Galecki is the younger. Jim Parsons was born March 24th, 1973. John Galecki was born April 30th, 1975.
I would have said the same thing. Yep.
Guy Galecki looks way older than Parsons.
Harder living.
All right, we down to Eric.
That would be great. Yo,
this is one that Dan might know.
How old is Dan's mom versus
George Washington or Donald Trump?
Rick Springfield or Debbie Gibson? Who is older?
These 2 actors both played the same part in the 1960s Batman TV series. John Astin, also known as Adam Gomez, and Frank Gorshin. They both played the Riddler. Who's older, John Astin or Frank Gorshin?
I go with Frank Gorshin.
Wow, you guys just suck at this game. Frank Gorshin was not older. John Astin was born March 30th, 1930.
I lost to 3 people that scored 0.
Frank Gorshin, April 5th, 1933.
Wow.
Man,
I've never felt so good about 0 before.
Yeah, I know. I'm liking 0.
I'm thinking
I thought with a 50-50 shot that there'd be more better scores. Wow, I'm shocked. All right, where are we back to? Back to Dave?
Down that way.
Back to Dave. Dave, these 2 actresses both played mystical housewives. Well, one of them didn't start out as a housewife, but they both played mystical significant others in the 60s.
Montgomery and Barbara Eden, right?
Barbara Eden and Elizabeth Montgomery. Yes. Who was older?
What's next? Barbara Billingsley? Jeez, you guys are
Barbara Billingsley or Donna Reed? Who is?
No, listen. I tried to get actors, the celebrities that were connected somehow.
All right, I'm just going to whip out and pass. I'm going to say, based on the fact that she had more of a career before the show started, Elizabeth Montgomery is older.
No.
I would have said that too.
Barbara Eden. Barbara Eden was born March 30th, 1930. Elizabeth Montgomery, April 15th, 1933.
It's a race to the bottom. What's older? Who was older?
Dan, you can tie me.
Come on, Dan. Who was older? Rick Springfield or Rick Springfield's nose hair?
Rick Springfield. Wait, how about this one? Rick Springfield or Gene Simmons?
This might be the first game we played that a negative score might win.
Who is older, Gene Simmons the actor or Gene Simmons the musician?
All right, Dan Rosenberg. Dan Rosenberg. Since we were doing the 1960s TV series, which one of Bewitched husbands was older, Dick Sargent or Dick York?
There's a lot of dick there.
Yeah, really.
Yes.
Which Dick do you prefer?
I have a 50-50 shot. Here's how I'm going to answer it. Are you ready for this?
The money shot right here.
Oh.
Come on, Dan.
I'm going to say 40.
Pick a dick. Come on, pick a dick.
I'm going to say Dick York was born in 1923 and Dick Sargent was born in 1924.
So York.
You are right. Dick York was older, but you got the years wrong. Yeah. Dick York was born September 4th, 1928. Dick Sargent, April 19th, 1930. But you get a point because you got the.
Yay!
I'm up to -1.
You tied me.
-1.
Wow. Woo!
2 more points for the win.
All right. Wait, everybody had 3? No. Still got us. All right, I got 2 more. All right, I got 2 more. And then we're done. Okay. Elements. These 2 actors played together in the 1960s TV monster comedy, The Munsters. Who was older, Fred Gwynne or Al Lewis? Fred Gwynne played Herman, and Al Lewis played Grandpa.
That one really feels easy, but it probably isn't.
You mean Ted Cruz? Okay.
He does look like Ted Cruz.
So wait, what were the names again?
Fred Gwynne, who played Herman Munster, and Al Lewis, who played Grandpa. Who was older?
That's a trick question.
Herman.
No, Herman was. I'm going to go with the Grandpa.
But that's
you are correct. Al Lewis was older. What year were they born?
Herman did the History Channel for a long time. He was great.
They also both worked together in Car 54. Where are you?
Oh, that's right.
Yes, they did.
Tootie.
Yep.
Another one, probably.
So give us a guess on the years.
For Herman, he died a couple years ago, so actually longer than that.
He used to do Hyundai commercials.
32 for Herman?
No.
Yeah.
No. Munsters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Herman died young. He wasn't that old when he died. I don't know.
Okay, so Herman 32, incorrect. Yeah. Al Lewis, what year was Al Lewis born?
27.
No, Al Lewis was born in 1923. Fred Gwynne was born in 1926.
Oh, wow.
Okay, last question for Eric.
Eric, you could win it all, or you could knock me into a tie for second.
I'm gonna whiff. I'm gonna whiff this one. Go ahead.
Okay, Eric. These 2 actors are modern sex symbols, even though they are both well over a certain age. Who's older, Brad Pitt or Thomas Cruise Maypother?
I'm gonna go with Tom Cruise being older.
Okay.
Tom Cruise is older. What year were they born?
Ooh, you have a chance to win. Win free and clear.
I'm gonna go with Tom Cruise, 66, and Brad Pitt, 71.
Wow, that's terrible. First of all, Tom Cruise is my age. Tom Cruise was born in 1962, July 3rd, and Brad Pitt was born in 1963. Sadly, I blew the tiebreaker question because I screwed up Eric's answers. So I don't have a tiebreaker.
Well, it ends in a tie.
That's all right. Ties are
So
great.
these are the ties.
I will gladly share my winnings with the gentlemen.
Once the pandemic is over, you can go kiss your sister.
So, Dave, we came in tied for third, basically.
Absolutely. And it's an honor.
It's an honor.
It's an honor.
Now,
An honor.
I'm going to throw out a very quick.
Just don't throw up. You can throw out, but don't throw up.
Not yet.
Eric thinks I will throw up by the end of this year, but I'm telling you, I'm
I've
not.
heard that prediction.
I keep sending him packages full of raw meat from Pittsburgh.
Oh shit! Wait a minute! I skipped over one. I do have a tiebreaker question. I do have a tiebreaker question. Do you want it, or do you want to just leave where we're at?
Bring it up.
How do you give a tiebreaker question to two people?
Well, you don't. You can't.
Whoever gets the closest
I
to
think
the
we're good.
years.
I think we're good. Do you want to?
Never mind.
Share it with the group. Share it with the group, and we'll see who can get it.
I will share anyway. These two divas are famous for being amazing songstresses. Who's older, Mariah Carey or Celine Dion?
Oh, I know it.
I would say. Can I guess? Or
Yeah, I think everybody can.
Well, you know what?
I think everybody.
Since we're not worried about tiebreaker, everybody can guess, and we'll see who's right.
I think Celine.
I'm going with Celine.
I'm going to go with Mariah.
Everybody guessed? It is Celine. Celine Dion was born March 30th, 1968. Mariah Carey, March 27th, 1970.
The game will go on.
Is it crazy? Mariah Carey and Debbie Gibson are like this. Like she's actually. Like, what are the odds? Like, you think Mariah Carey's older than Debbie Gibson, or younger than Debbie Gibson, or older than?
I can't believe I skipped Mariah and Celine. Wow.
Could you? So Travis.
Anybody want to guess the Rick Springfield, Gene Simmons?
Gene
I'm
Simmons.
going to go Gene Simmons is older.
Rick Springfield.
No idea.
They're the same age, but by who's older? Somebody's got to be a little bit older. They're both 71, but who's a little bit older?
Rick.
Gene Simmons.
I'm going to say Rick.
I believe it is. Gene Simmons is 2 days older.
It's like, I really don't know.
I don't know off the top of my head. I just threw that one out there.
Days, hours.
That's awesome.
Gene Simmons is
in an adjacent room.
August 25th.
Nicely done, Michael. Thank you.
That worked much better, Mike. Thanks.
That was good.
Yes.
That was
Yeah, Rick Springfield is older by 2 days.
2 days.
If Mike had given us actors 2 days apart, we would have killed him.
1949.
No, I tried. I tried.
There was one less than a year. Tupac and
I tried to put together celebrities that were connected somehow, and it would be a little tricky. Like Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt are kind of tricky because Tom Cruise is way better shape than Brad. You know, doing his own stunts, hanging off airplanes and shit. But he's older, so you know.
So
the twins from Full House. Which one's older?
known for their roles in Full House. Which one was older, Mary Kate or Ashley?
Ashley by 13 seconds.
Yeah.
Listen, I would like to point something out about that. If we've all seen last week's episode of WandaVision, and it takes place in like 80s sitcoms, and the stairway is reminiscent of Full House. So not only does Elizabeth Olsen out-fame her two sisters, she takes away the one thing they have, Full House, and puts it in her show.
I did not know until today that Elizabeth Olsen was the Olsen twins' younger sister.
I thought she looked familiar, but I couldn't place it.
I didn't know that until today.
We all
I
learned.
found that out 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I thought she was Merlin Olsen's younger sister.
I thought she was Olsen from Mork and Ork.
That's Orson.
Oh, that's Orson. See what I did there?
That's one. And number two is I watched a Tom Cruise movie called Oblivion that I'd never even heard of.
I never heard of it either.
Never heard of it. The thing did $300 million.
Oh yeah, it's it was a
good movie. I recommend it.
Not bad. It's not bad at all.
So it is. I realize we're getting late here. It is to the point where we could talk about last week's WandaVision.
Yeah, I think tonight we are fair, except for the episode that was released today.
Yes.
For those people who are very excited about WandaVision and want to have a little discussion about what's happened on WandaVision, we will. Yeah, absolutely. What are people's thoughts up to last
As
week's
an old
episode?
school who used to read the Avengers in the 70s, I loved the old school outfits for the Halloween costumes. That was hysterical.
Yes.
That was great. That was. I looked it up. Oblivion. I did see this movie. It was awful.
I liked it.
It was awful. Okay, WandaVision.
You've been waiting. You've been so anxious.
I love the costumes. All the costumes are throwbacks to comic book costumes. I think that what's his name, Quicksilver, might not be the Quicksilver, either one.
Well, certainly the actor is, but it's clearly, well, I mean, if you go by the movies, they're dead. So, but it's.
But I'm saying he might not be Quicksilver from any universe. He might be some other entity.
Yes, adopting a persona, and it's interesting too. Yeah. This is the first time we've seen the two things with her power. First of all, the fact that she's exerting less fine control over people more at the outskirts, where the people were either just frozen or going through very repetitious motion.
Yes, that she's not taking either the effort or doesn't have the ability.
But then she expands greatly at the end of it. So
they're just extras.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And we also don't know who they are going to get, who Rambo is off to get as her hero, if you will, or her tech guy or inside man.
Right.
Have you seen?
You've watched the new episode, Eric?
I have watched the new episode, so I am keeping.
I noticed you're keeping
a comment today about that.
Who has not seen the new episode yet?
I have not. It's my Friday night. It's my Friday night show.
Okay, so last night I watched Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Excellent.
Which I had only seen in the theater when it first came out. I haven't seen it since. It was fun to watch, and it has the hidden scene at the end of the episode, at the end of the season, at the end of the movie, which features Wanda.
Cool.
Right.
That's where she's first introduced. And then at midnight, I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch WandaVision because it's. I didn't realize this whole time. I'm like, oh, it pops on at midnight here on the West Coast. So I went to watch it, and Disney Plus was down. You could not get on Disney Plus.
Wow.
And I went online. They said over 8,000 people had complained on the down meter detector last night that they could not get on, and it just made me happy because Ben Shapiro told everybody to cancel Disney Plus because they canceled what's her name from The Mandalorian, and that they'd all go over to his website instead, where he has such quality content and movies. So yeah, I was very excited to see that there were enough people up at midnight or 3 a.m. trying to watch WandaVision. And I did watch it this morning, and I loved it.
For nostalgia, I think it's very cool that all 5 seasons of The Muppet Show are now on Disney Plus.
They want the Disney Plus back.
Cool.
Maybe that's why it was locked last night. Maybe it had nothing to do with WandaVision. I heard, and not a spoiler, I heard that tonight's episode has a post-credit sequence. It does.
That is correct.
Okay, I will throw that out. There is a post-credit.
That much.
I assume it's not at the very end after all of the Italian, Brazilian, Portuguese stuff.
After the initial,
after the color credits, right?
Yeah. I will say what I love about what they've done here is tremendous episodic television that gets you excited for that show, that night, that viewing as soon as you can, or the moment you have scheduled out to watch it is fantastic. Because I've heard, there has been online people complaining. They're like, oh, this is
dinner.
It is dinner time. Look at that.
That's something people only do once a week.
Have fun.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Good night, Elements.
See you.
Hasta luego.
Hasta mañana.
Tierra del Fuego.
With your Legos. What? So I mean, what I love about this is, there's people out there who are like, this is stupid. I just want to binge them all. Give us all of them at once. And it's like, if they had just dumped all 9 of these episodes at once, people would, of course, devoured them immediately and instantly taken to the internet to, either give their reviews, and it would be over. And the fact that we get 9 weeks of theories and excitement and build and have to wonder, and the fact that you do have to wait makes this such an experience. It makes this an event.
Well, they did the same thing with The Mandalorian. They did not dump all those at once, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't. While that was a thing we did every week, I found that, it was just something like, oh yeah, that's right. There's a new episode. We can watch that.
But they got criticism for that as well, because the people got so used to the Netflix model
Mhm.
and the Amazon Prime model. Although Amazon Prime is deviating from that occasionally as well now. Amazon Prime is having some that they drop in smaller increments.
Yeah. And so
listen, they're just a bunch. They're just a bunch of spoiled, instant gratification crybabies that don't know how to watch episodic television. I say, fuck them.
And don't get me wrong, I want the episodes. I'm super excited, but I recognize that they're giving us an experience that's lasting months, as opposed to what would have been an evening of your life, where you powered through these and then talked about it the next couple of days and then moved on.
Well, not only that, you have to look at the fact that production-wise, they spend a year and a half to produce 9 episodes, and then they're out in one day. Mm-hmm. And Disney has to do episodic because that's how they get subscribers. They can't dump them all out, because if they dump them all out, the free 7-day trial, you can watch everything and you're done.
So
new streaming services tend to do episodic.
You'll be able to do that. You just have to wait until the whole series is landed.
Right.
Then you can
right. You could do that too.
You absolutely have that need. You just need to wait until all this is over.
But the other
HBO Max is the same thing. HBO Max is once a week.
The Winter Soldier, whatever the next one is, whatever, I forgot what the next one's called. What's the one they're coming out with? 2 weeks after one.
Falcon
and the Winter Soldier, right?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was actually supposed to come first.
Right.
They flipped them.
They did.
They flipped them because of production and the COVID and all that stuff.
Well, WandaVision is so much CGI and everything. I'm not sure how much, it has to do with whether you're filming on location versus in a studio, because clearly WandaVision is all filmed on a lot.
A lot of blue screen.
Other than
Green
maybe
screen.
the outdoor scenes with the army and the like, and that's a very a small area. Whereas I can't imagine that Falcon and the Winter Soldier isn't going to have a more location shoots and things like that make production in a pandemic more difficult.
Yeah, WandaVision is a lot of green screen, that's for certain.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't take as long as it used to.
No, clearly not.
That's the thing. I mean, it used to be 2 years to get anything done of that quality.
Yeah, the last Starfighter.
Well, that's what we're talking about. If you got more green screen, that's what Dave said. If you got more green screen, it's easier to film it all than
you're going the
if you're
opposite
doing
way.
location
Okay.
shooting.
Yeah, it isn't even just time. It's concerns about the pandemic and testing and all of that. You can have a fairly constrained group in one studio working for a month or 6 weeks or 2 months, whatever it is. Whereas if you're doing location shoots, you have a whole nother problem.
Yeah. I can't remember what production it was, but they shot their whole season. Everybody stayed like they lived in the studio.
Yep.
Like they set up beds and they
made a
had
bubble.
an actual bubble for everybody, workers and everything.
And you can do that for 2 months, maybe 3 at most. But after that, you're impacting people's home life too much, and you can't really do it.
Yeah. And they turn into people like, where you're doing the thing with your hand. And
Nobody wants that. So Monday night, all this video and entertainment watching makes me think of what's coming up this Monday for the EriDan Film Festival, when we'll be watching, or we'll be discussing our viewing of Buck Privates, the Abbott and Costello 1941 classic. Who knows? I don't know.
Absolutely classic.
Before the days of ratings or critics,
it is possibly their best movie. It is among their best movies, clearly, but they made a ton of movies.
Hey, well, here's the thing. They had before that 2 films that they weren't the star. Rio Rita and One Night in the Tropics. Neither of those were their vehicle. It was a separate plot, and they
were staged, weren't they, for years?
They were vaudeville. They started out in vaudeville. That's where they met. But Buck Privates is their first starring film that belongs to them. So technically, it's their first movie. They were in 2 other movies before that, but it's their first movie.
Well, it's like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and Flying Down to Rio, where they're certainly in it, but they are not quite the stars of it the way they were in their subsequent films.
They're in it, but they're not in it to win it.
How many movies did they make, Mike?
So,
I want to say the number is 43, but I think I'm wrong.
It was a lot.
I think I'm wrong. I was going to have all that information compiled for you guys on Monday. I was looking up at the number of movies. I have a list of top 5 Abbott and Costello movies that are
Can I throw
essential.
out a teaser for Monday
Sure.
also?
Sure.
There is a cameo in this movie that shocked me. You guys know who I'm talking about?
No.
I haven't watched it yet.
Rick Springfield was in this?
I mean, I saw it years ago, but I haven't watched it.
And Buck Privates?
Yes.
There's a cameo in Buck Privates.
There's somebody I go, why is he in this movie?
Is it Nathan Lane?
It is. No.
What am I?
Oh, shit.
The Big Woo. The Big Woo is in this movie. Excellent. Well, we'll have to watch. I'll keep an eagle eye out if you're watching it this weekend.
Yes.
That'll be Monday
someone in
night.
it. You go. Really?
Question for you, Dan. Was it someone you spotted in watching, or did you spot it on IMDb?
No, I actually watched the movie, and I saw him, and I was like, "Oh wow,
him."
I just gave away to him.
Yep, him.
So not
I know the movie forward and backwards. I can't think of who you're talking about.
Ooh, you have to watch it again.
You should try forward.
Well, I'm going to watch it again.
Watch it forward.
And also, there's an actor in it that, as I'm watching, I'm like, "Is that Ray Liotta?" Because one of the actors who's in it does look like he could be Ray Liotta. I'm like, wow.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, the one who's the limo driver. The limo driver.
In black. Yeah.
He's in everything.
Yes.
No, that would either be Nicolas Cage or who's the other actor who takes every role he's offered? It feels like
Michael Caine. Michael Caine.
He's a great actor, but is not discriminating.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
what's happening tomorrow? What's happening tomorrow, Dan, on the Big Clutch
Radio? We're going to talk about cars.
Oh, whoa. That's unexpected. Why would you change it?
We're going to have a conversation. Last week we talked about what to do about driving in snow.
Oh, don't do it.
Finally.
Yeah. I want to share a quick video. My son just texted this to my wife and I, because we have a new dog that we rescued back in November, and she's basically a feral dog at this point. I mean, it's like we live with a wild animal in the house. She's slowly getting better, but my son sent this with a comment that this animal is living in a house and is actually doing better than our dog. So let me share this real quick. I have not watched this yet.
No.
It's a kangaroo.
Rufus came to us when he was around 8 months old. It didn't take Rufus long to discover the couch.
5:30, 6 o'clock, he's at the door, waiting to be let in.
Hello, buddy. Every evening, Rufus comes to the back door, wanting to come in and onto his couch so he can chillax for the evening in the house with us. Watching.
Oh,
yummy in your tummy.
He has his very own spot on the couch, and it's reserved just for Rufus.
There we go.
When we go to bed at night, that's when Rufus goes back outside with all the other kangaroos.
See you tomorrow.
We are a sanctuary called Pumpkins Patch Kangaroo Sanctuary. In South Australia, it's illegal to release orphan joeys back to the wild.
Isn't that beautiful?
Rufus is such a character. What are you doing with the pillow, Rufus?
Uh-oh.
He's full of personality.
Hump the pillow.
We are so lucky to have you in our lives, Rufus. Don't ever change, buddy. We love you so much. You're the most kind and beautiful soul.
You're actually supposed to get on the bed.
Even he's an adult, he still loves his bottles.
Rufus, you're funny.
Oh, Rufus.
I mean, look at this.
Rufus. Oh, Rufus. Wow. That's awesome.
Kangaroos have a reputation for being rather.
That's right.
Not a sponsor.
Sorry.
Intuit, not a sponsor.
I wonder, do you know if they spay and neuter kangaroos? Because she said you're not allowed to let them back into the wild. So do they spay and neuter them if they keep them in the house, or do they?
Well, he was trying to hump a pillow, so who knows?
Well, you know, if you have no plans for the weekend, hump a pillow.
Pandemic safe.
So now I'm watching Civil War.
Burns or Marvel?
Captain America Civil War or whatever it's
Okay. I think you were watching the Ken Burns documentary series.
Yes, Captain America Civil War. Honestly, that's one of my favorites. That's definitely in my top 5 of all of the Marvel movies.
Yeah, so I'm deep in Marvel right now. But I really did like that Tom Cruise movie because I was surprised by it. The Oblivion.
Little shocking ending. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, and Eric, you watch a couple of movies.
I have. I was going to share that for Monday because we always talk about what we've been watching on Monday.
Oh, that's right. That's on that show, not on this show.
I was going to save that for Monday. I've watched quite a list some of which are tied together, one of which is tied to the movie that Dan watched. So I'll save that for. There's a lot, and I am continuing my Marvel watch, but we're still in the middle of Daredevil. So for all the married men out there who might be able to relate, my Marvel watch has been slowed down considerably because I've hit a series that my wife really enjoys. So I'm no longer allowed to proceed during the odd hours of the night or when I can't sleep. I can only watch episodes when she's available to watch.
You're not cheating on your wife by sneaking episode watches.
No, because she would be like, wait, what happened to episode 9 of but we are doing the Marvel Daredevil series from Netflix.
You're still in season 1?
Still in season 1. Just finished episode 9. Wilson Fisk is now out in the public, which is just fantastic episodes. That's just such a.
Well, as I've said this before, I realize I'm repeating myself, but D'Onofrio and Tennant are what made seasons 1 of Daredevil and Jessica Jones, not by themselves, but that's what was so sorely missing in some of the other series, in particular Iron Fist. Yeah. Iron Fist never had a villain you could sink your teeth into. It was just dull.
That's the thing about any good guy, bad guy movie. It all hinges on the villain. If you don't cast the villain right, if you don't write the villain correctly, the whole thing falls apart. You think of some of the best villains: Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson,
Donald Pleasant.
What's his name? Donald Pleasant. Yeah. Oh, if you don't do the villain right,
yeah, you gotta have a worthy adversary that is equal to your hero.
That's some of what made Columbo such a great series. Was the guest stars that they would have in as the killers were just marvelous. I mean, you'd have, Robert Vaughn, and you'd have Robert Stack, and you
anybody named Robert.
All the Roberts.
Leonard
Roberts, Robert De Niro.
All Roberts all the time.
So, and the other thing with Columbo is they always had the crime, and you knew who did it up front.
Yeah,
that's what I love.
There's two episodes where they don't do that. There's 2 episodes where they don't do that, and the pilot episode of Columbo is based on a stage play.
Yep.
And if you watch the pilot episode, it's markedly different than what he does afterwards.
And in fact, the reason that he has his trademark, one more thing, isn't because they thought that was a neat thing to do. They were writing the screenplay, and they realized they wanted him to say another line, but they didn't want to retype the whole page. So they literally had him come back in and go, one more thing. That's how it happened.
That's
one more thing.
You got to get the eyes right. You got to get the.
And Steve Jobs loved
had to start the whole page over.
Steve Jobs stole that and made millions from it.
That's true.
And the play that it was based on was called Murder, She Wrote. I believe.
It was Prescription Murder, actually. But anyway.
All right. Well, tomorrow,
Clutch
Radio, 10 a.m. Western.
10 a.m., 1 p.m. Monday night. Film Festival.
6 to 9.
We'll talk about
Buck Privates.
Buck Private. We're going to talk about your privates, and then we're going to talk about your publics. So if you want to talk about grocery stores,
that movie, actually.
That'll be good.
My privates are worth $1.
Oh, that was on the list.
That's what your casting director said, I thought.
That's why it's an extra.
The things you can get under
exactly
$1.
Right.
Hold on, my kangaroo thing started playing again.
Oh wow! Keep your kangaroo.
All right, well, everybody be safe. We almost hit 2 hours tonight.
Yeah,
my son. I don't know if I mentioned this. My son the other day did 24 hours straight on YouTube.
Are you feeling inspired?
I think we should do a charity show. 24 straight hours.
Marathon.
You have to donate.
I think just watching is enough of a donation.
Oh, it's charity.
Look, Friday is social hour. It's not a podcast. It's not. It's just people hanging out,
playing games.
We go a couple. If we go a couple hours, who cares?
That's right. Exactly.
Oh, my wife sometimes, but that's only because there's dinner wait. But that was done.
Hey, when you guys upload these to YouTube, is there a way to separate them? Separate the. Huh?
I don't upload them. It just automatically saves it after the stream.
Yes,
it's streaming live right now.
YouTube as it goes.
Is there a way to separate them like a separate?
Yeah, we could probably file them as have a playlist of movie shows and a playlist of social shows.
Unless we had them in 2 separate feeds, but currently it's all under EriDan, and then it has. But yeah, we need to go in and make better playlists and maybe even thumbnails and whatever. But
I don't know about any of that stuff. I just let it.
It just clicks the button like, yeah, YouTube sounds good.
Google will figure it out.
Exactly. So,
all right.
But yes, so make sure that you join us over the weekend and Monday night. Subscribe to the podcast to make sure that you catch the film festival. And we'll see you all next time.
Good night.
We'll see you.
Good night.
Bye.
Who's older?
Goodbye.
I forgot to hit remove.